Greetings, Jackorama tubers, toy tubers, and diorama tubers. Jackorama here, and it's time for another tour video. But I already ran out of dioramas. I already showed you all those. So to celebrate 600 subscribers to my YouTube channel, here is the workbench and work stuff studio tour. Not the whole studio. We're gonna save that for another day. Let's turn it around. Here we go. This is where I make stuff. There you go. So let's start with the counter first of all. I built this thing made out of sturdy wood, pretty much the same wood that the dioramas are made out of, but 2x4s, 2x4, another 2x4 here, and then this thing, and then it's just drilled into the wall back there, so you can see, and it's just 4 feet long, so it's good enough for me building stuff here. Got my little ruler thing, got a stool that can pull out, and I also have another smaller stool, so when I sit here I can work on stuff here, but I also have a smaller stool that's not here right now that I can sit and be at this level, so I can paint with detail here. All right, so anyway, that's the stool. Got a fan too for hot days, and a little heater for cold days. Trash, obviously. There's the tape, because you never know when you need tape. Big old ruler, gotta keep it clean. I like to have my area clean because it's a small area, number one, so I like to have things organized and have everything where it belongs, and it's just easier to find and things like that. Got a little fan here that is to dry stuff, so anything, usually the way I build is I will paint something or build something, put it to the side, let it dry, paint something else, let that dry, and it's just kind of like a rotating thing, so that I'm not just sitting there wasting time. I usually build 2 or 3 things at a time. Got my light switches. All right, so here we go. Tools. Scrapers galore. Old hammers, new hammers, mallets. Stuff, because this is also not just for building dioramas, this is also for like working things around the house and other projects, and building this workbench. And I built this thing too. I got this thing, it's like $6 or $7 at Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you're at. And then just kind of get those little pieces of wood there and drill those into the wall and drill those into that. I painted it blue because I like blue. It was my favorite color, which is it also blue inspires creativity, so that's always good. Screws. These are the kind of screws that I use for my dioramas. So you can see that, and it comes with its own little head in there. It's my favorite. It actually goes right in, flush into the wood. You can actually see it right here. How it just kind of goes in there. And you don't have to pre-drill most of the time on those. I got a lot of these little strings and things. You can actually see all the green splatter on the back here. That's from the X-Files shelf that I built last year. And if you see the pictures of that, you'll see all that stuff. My hot glue sticks, because everything goes with hot glue. I run through these like crazy. Big power tools. I got a air dryer, a heat gun, and a saw. Extra blades in the back there. Clips to glue things together, dry. The strings, basically, there's wires and strings. A lot of these can be used for all kinds of purposes, tying things together or decorative. There's leather, there's strings, there's ropes, everything. This one here actually is one of my favorite strings because it's got a wire on it. So, sorry about all that. You can shape it however you want. So it's like if you want to coil it up like a lasso or something, you can do that. But anyway, so that's all I have left of that one, but I gotta get more. What else? My little paint roller here for texture. I like to do a lot of texture. You have to, because dioramas. So it's kind of like a big paint roller, but it's mini. That's all it is. This is my Frank Bannister. I think that was his name, Frank Bannister, from The Frighteners. My collectible blade. It's broken as hell, and I need a new one, but I just can't because it's just, if you've seen The Frighteners, that's like kind of what it is. Sponges, brushes, more texture stuff. Everything that I do has plaster on it. I got a little detail lamp here too, if it turns on. There you go. So you painting things with a little more detail, you got to really get in there. These are wire brushes, scrapers, toothbrush. If you guys ever, you know how I do the blood effect. So you make your little blood mixture in a little Tupperware, and then and that's how you make the blood effect. And then there's also my little injection here. You get this from your dentist. You can put mixtures of paint in here and splatter that or squirt it. Anyway, this is like my favorite here because all this is just so much promising of things. You can, you know, do this to the foam and make more texture. My collection of Allen wrenches from every project you've ever gotten, any cabinet you ever need to build. And then some little pieces. Here's the thin balsa wood, long pieces here that I have. I just kind of put them up there. I have another drawer that we'll get to that has more wood. My shelf of spray paints and other kinds of paints and crazy things and glues and kills and silicone spray, and my alien right there. My Freddy Krueger glove. Freddy Krueger's my favorite. My Nintendo Wii gun from when I used to play Black Ops on Nintendo Wii. My pinup girls. Got some toys here. My At a Time. And then we'll get to all that stuff later. We're not gonna do all that yet. But this door goes to outside where there's another workbench just like this, which is the old one, and that's where I do spray paints and you know, any carving that has to do with fumes or anything like that. This glue gun is my original glue gun, my first glue gun that I ever started with. So I got this when I was 15, and I worked with this until about last year when I had to get a new one because this one was just not doing it anymore. But this is the glue gun that I built all of those dioramas with. So it's like in the little museum now. I'll put that back later correctly. All right, here's my new glue gun. And I got this little PVC here, so I drilled it in here, so it's like a little holster. And then I plugged it into a switch, so I can just turn it on, and then the glue gun's on, and then turn it off. So I don't have to plug in or unplug anything. Big old cord, so I can go anywhere I want. So I just kind of, you know, build things to, and then right here, the holster for painting, dry brushing, wet brushing, the whole thing's done here. Paper towels, because you always need it. Got this from Office Depot. It's like a little office organizer thing, sponges and sandpaper. I got a little glitter in there too. And then my favorite thing, Old Spice rack. Here's where the sand is and the dirt. Little crystals to, like, you know, this is like mixed with salt, sea salt, kosher salt, regular salt. This kind of gives you a little more of a rock effect, and there's baby powder there, snow, all that. And then gloves are drilled in here, so you can always take a glove out. So that is pretty much the workbench. Kind of going a little fast for you guys here, but you know. Okay, and now the shelves. So take this away here. In here is random toys. So I get toys from stores, eBay, Amazon, 3dretro.com, which is awesome toy store, and they all come with bases, and all the bases just end up here because I don't need bases because I make my own bases. So that's fun. Then there's like extra stuff and accessories that come with toys, or toys that I have of my own that I don't display like that. There's like dead bodies and skulls and skeletons. Here is just a bag of guns. Just a bag of guns. Someday maybe I'll make like a big gun range diorama. I don't know. But you never know when you need guns. A bag of heads. Just extra parts. A bag of rats. I got these little rats and snakes. Capes. Capes and cloths. My favorite. Extra just miscellaneous junk. Just cut up pieces of toys and machines and guns. Canisters and whatever. Yeah, so you know, I'll clean that up later. Anyway, so that's, you know, you always need like little extra like fodder, you know. This top shelf is more storage. There's what's in there. That's the Hunchback diorama. I know it's sideways. It's not supposed to be, because see, that tells you, but don't worry about it. Lion King diorama's packed up in there, ready for you to buy it, or for me to take it to DesignerCon in November for somebody else to buy it. And these are toys that I've salvaged from my kids that they don't want anymore. those Barbies right there. We used to play with those, man, and I had to save them. I had to save those Barbies because they were gonna throw them away, and those were my favorite. I'm like, no way, they have names and storylines. All right, grass. Okay, moss, grass, weeds, plants. Some plastic, some are real, some need to be repainted. I have some rocks in here, so just anything nature, you know. Foam, I got styrofoam, I got insulation foam, I got any foam you can think of is in here, because you can never have enough foam. If anybody, like, you know, you buy a new fridge or something and it's like, hey, look at all the foam, I'm just like, yay, diorama material. Sandpaper, cardboard. I actually bought some of these like background things, but I never really used them. I finally used it on the 24 diorama that you saw. Maybe you didn't see it. And then, but most of the stuff I just paint. And then the wood texture, I just use real wood, and just it's better than that. So I just kind of, that's there. This is a Tupperware to mix my plaster that goes on top of the styrofoam. Okay, that's all gross, and it's actually Tupperware for mixing anything, because this is where I mix paint too. And sometimes I'll mix paint and I need to keep it for later, so I put a lid on it. If you like it, put a lid on it. Sorry. And here's my plaster. More plaster. All right, so that's that shelf. You guys are making me make a mess of things, man. All right, and then over here, this shelf's kind of more like tools. I have my saw blades. I have all of these, you know, drill bits, knee pads, glasses, safety stuff, masks, my drill, always charged and ready, X-Acto blades. You always need X-Acto blades. My #1 dad mug. My kids made this. I don't know what it's doing here. They probably don't even remember that they made it, so I can throw it away now. That's what happens. And then, let's see, we got brushes, pens, markers, all that good stuff. Screws, and they're all organized, of course, so you can just look up and see. You don't have to grab and, you know, all that. Extra stuff here, cutters, and more blades, and wires, and all that under here. Miscellaneous junk shelf that I put things in and then look into later. My big flashlight, miscellaneous other junk. This is all just unorganized right now. I have glues and waters and hand sanitizer, and then this is one of my favorite little things that I love. I don't know why. It's just a big drawer of screws. Don't worry about it. I don't know why I have this either, but I like it and it's fun. It's just screws, random screws. You never know when you need screws. So everything's just kind of, you know, if you ever need anything, it's all kind of here. Little extra stuff and junk and lights and hardware and all that junk. Okay. All right, and then over here, this drawer is just wood chunks, wood pieces. Any wood, like this is from a cigar box, so this is really nice wood, and it's already, you know, I use these for the rooftops of things. And yes, there is lollipop sticks, not lollipop sticks, popsicle sticks, and I use those too, because you got to use what you got, and that's part of the magic of the making dioramas, is that you're kind of using raw materials and just anything you can find. And there's more wood there, spider web, and then this is just map board and paper. Cardboard, map board, anything. So if you remember, the X-Files diorama had little drawers, like the morgue drawers, which was like a little filing cabinet. That metal was cut out of here. It was a men's bathroom sign. See? It's magic. You never know. You never know what you're gonna find. I'm gonna mess over here. I have rocks, and then in this drawer is another funny one. This is like more fire. Metal parts and components. Making this, you know, is like a drain, but it could be a pipe. You know, you glue it like this, make some glue coming out of it, and paint it. And there you go. This is all plastic solder, so you can just look at that. This is from a toy. I steal toys from my kids all the time. Found that. Look at this little cabinet. You know, I mean, I could make a cabinet And I did, and they do. But it's like, this is just, I'm like, I'm not gonna let them have this. Little chandelier. Cables are always good to keep if cables don't work anymore. This is just electronics, so you have lights here that some work, some don't. You gotta work on these little lamps. Christmas lights too, or holiday lights. All right, and then you always have to have this to clean your stuff with. It's my favorite. And then down here, there's ropes and cables, and then a box of gloves, knife sharpener, box of gloves, and then under there is just more junk, like bigger junk like this. So anything bigger, like there's sprinkler heads in there. You never know. You never know when you're gonna need sprinkler heads. This is just big mat board, plexiglass, cardboard. This box here, let's see if I can get in there. I didn't mean to. I wasn't prepared. Anyway, that box is full of Muppet toys. This box is full of Star Wars toys. Yeah, this is all Star Wars toys, ready to be built into dioramas. These are bigger toys, another stone child's plaything. Maybe, oh, what? I don't know, what's this? What? Oh, I don't know. Maybe, what? Okay, and then down here is more toys. All right, so that bin there is toys that can be made into dioramas but are not complete sets of toys. These are complete sets of toys. All of these can be made into dioramas. So I can go in here and get my inspiration. I'm like, all right, let's make a diorama. What can we make? We have Sleepy Hollow here. We can make one giant scene or 3 different little scenes. Price them out accordingly. We can make Hunchback of Notre Dame from Disney, my favorite Disney movie. Chucky. Anyway, it goes on and on. So there you go. I think that's pretty good. 17-minute tour. I did pretty good. So there you go. And then of course on the other side here I have my thinking couch and my little TV, and this is where I write movies. That's for VenturaProductions.com or #VenturaProductions. And then here's all the dioramas that are already complete and ready to go, and all in storage waiting for DesignerCon November in Anaheim. November 18 and 19, I think, or 17, 18, 19. It's 3 days anyway. And then there's my dioramas that are mine, and then there's my office and my desk. But we'll get to that later. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So remember, Jackorama.com, #Jackorama, Jackorama.com on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and follow me and email me and ask me questions and whatever. Comment below what do you think of this junk, and I'll be making more stuff soon. So thank you again for subscribing. Please share this video or any of the other videos of anything that you like, or tell people about this website or this page or whatever, and help me spread the word, man, and help spread the love of the diorama making and the beauty and the love of the art. So let's keep it up. Thank you guys. Much love. Goodbye.